Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Purgatory brought to you by Force Strategy Gaming. This week we will be discussing the SteelSeries Diablo gear that was recently announced, item progression in Diablo 3, and a little talk about the monk spirit and combo points. SteelSeries added 2 new pieces of gear to its Diablo 3 line. Now, they already had 2 mouse pads, which themed a Barbarian and Witch Doctor, but they have since added a Diablo-themed mouse and headset. Now, these items are not currently for sale, but they will be for sale in the near future. This was just kind of a showing of them, and I actually wanted to let everyone know that once these items do go on sale, we will be purchasing a few of them and having a giveaway. And if you don't happen to win those, and I would strongly suggest looking into buying them, because this is definitely some cool-looking gear to go along with the hack-and-slash goodness that will be Diablo 3. Now, we've known for quite some time now that upon release, Diablo 3 will be featuring 18 different tiers of items. Late last week, Bashock went into some further clarification as to exactly how these tiers are going to work and what we should expect from them. The primary thing that he was trying to inform us about was the fact that these tiers are separated visually. So tiers 1 through 18, the primary difference is that they are 18 visually different sets. So, you know, it's supposed to be ever increasing in basically coolness and badassery as you work your way up. Something else we want to inform us is that these tiers will be separated amongst all of the acts. Now, being a total of 18, you would obviously be led to believe that this will imply 6 per level of difficulty, because there are 3 difficulties. But this is not necessarily going to be the case, and as far as I'm concerned, Blizzard hasn't really decided on precisely what they will be doing, but it could very well be the case that tiers maybe 4 through 5 will be dropping in normal, and then the next 4 to 5 tiers will be dropping in nightmare, and then the remainder of the 18 will be dropping in hell. And then something else to note too is that obviously as you progress with these tiers, the total number of stat allocations will be ever increasing. So the total number of stats in a tier 1 headpiece will be less than the total number of stats in a tier 2 headpiece. So as you go throughout the world, as you're playing initially through normal, you may find a tier 1 headpiece and then a tier 2 chest piece and then a tier 1 piece of gloves, and then you end up finding a tier 3, shoulders, and you're going to end up having kind of a mixed bag, and all of these things will be visually different looking. Also realize that in addition to these tiers that are dropped throughout the world, we do of course have the crafted gear that we will have at our disposal. So we have those 18 different tiers of gear throughout normal and hell, and then crafted gear as well. And the fact that we'll probably be mix and matching a lot of this means that we will be ever changing visually up until the very late stages of the game, which I would assume ideally would be looking at a full set of the 18 tiered gear and then possibly some crafted pieces as well. The monk's resource system is Spirit. We have known this for a while now, but just the other day, Bashock did clarify some questions that people had in terms of how Spirit works, whether or not it depletes over time, or if not being used. Bashock said that no, Spirit is static, it doesn't regenerate, nor does it degenerate, and essentially how it works is that you punch demons, you use melee skills, this will build your Spirit, and then the monk will use specialty skills that will spend that Spirit. Also, when asked about the monk's auras and how they will function, Bashock did mention that they will function very much like the Barbarian's war cries. So the auras will just kind of be an alternative variation of the war cries, obviously likely to have different effects than the Barbarian itself does, but it's going to function more or less along the same lines. So that about does it for this week's Purgatory. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned later in the week for this week's DiabloCast podcast. And as we draw ever closer to the start of the Diablo 3 beta, I'm sure we will be looking to receive more and more information from Blizzard. And as such, we will have more content to bring to you. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.